Hey everybody, Daryl Davey here in, well, the, the workshop area of Oak and Hollow Games. Just getting a test print of Geist set up. I figured I would do a weekly check-in. Not a whole lot has honestly changed since the last time I did a check-in. We had a nice, let's see, make sure this is going. Now, for those of you who may not have seen, I've got a couple of printers here. Wash bin, scrape, bunch of different stuff. My curing rig, so on and so forth. That'll take a minute or two to tell me how long that print will take. Probably about 4 hours. But we'll kind of head back over here. So, yes, not a whole lot to report on this time. We had a really good play test. We did Skirmish and Plunder. Phil has been working on Plunder for a while now, and we were able to get some new folks at the table for that, and that it is a really fun game. I enjoy playing it quite a bit, so I'm glad that we had some time to get into it, which we haven't for a while. I know I've put it on our list a couple of times, but there's just a couple other things that are more priority. Hi, Maple. He thinks it's lunchtime because I'm home. Thanks for all your help. So at any rate, so Plunder testing went well. I think it brought up a couple of things we're going to look into for that. How much influence on there, whether you want to use an item or one of the equipment pieces, will probably be necessary. I think that was a good change to test out next time we get a chance to play. Again, if you want a copy, reach out to Phil Stevenson. I can also give you his contact info or whatever, if you want your own free print and play of that. So if you want to play with your buddies, you're going to go camping, you're going on a weekend trip, it's spring break for a lot of you out there. So if you were able to just get some time to yourself and test it out, the only thing we ask back in return is an email or a text or something saying, hey, we liked it, this was confusing to us, maybe we could change this around, or it's working swimmingly, print it out right now. And yeah, we will work on any of those things, because it's still heavily in beta right now. But we hope to get that out further along as we go. I have a couple things on in the background that I'll be able to report on once we're a little more locked in on those. Man, my cat is just everywhere today. Maple, come on, bud. Any rate, we have the Geist figure, which I didn't get to, I think, show on a live stream yet. Let me bring that up. Jeffrey Lumpno did an awesome job once again. Designing a 3D figure. So I did print this one clear. I don't know in the main ones if I'll be printing them with clear resin or not, just because it is a little bit more expensive. It's almost, it's like the price of a regular resin bottle for half of the resin, just because it's a clear one. So, but the arms came out, the little fingers holding the fabric together for all the other arms. There's even some little stitching at the top that's ripping. As usual, his attention to detail is really nice, and I think he does a wonderful, wonderful job. He's made all of our figures for us besides the Zed, and I do like the trick-or-treaters and the token, but all the monster figures are 100% on him, and he just does an outstanding job. So, with that said, I just got an email from him last night, got to check it this morning, and as you saw at the intro here, I was starting up a new print. So what Geist can do is, unlike any of the other monsters, he can share a square with other tokens, monster tokens or trick-or-treater tokens. And he also has some abilities to move trick-or-treaters with him. And so I've asked to test a print where we have the bottom. He labeled a crescent. That's probably the best way. I would have said like a U-shape slot, but a crescent, and he moved the figure back a little bit. So as Geist is on a square with another trick-or-treater, there's a slot that trick-or-treater can, slot into. So you can move them around, or you can share that space. Sometimes I think it's going to be a quality of life thing, which will be really nice. So 99% sure we'll go with that. The only thing that makes me go back and forth is I like all the stuff to look the same. I've complained before about Horrified, super fun game. I bought it kind of for the minis because the first one's all like the Universal monsters and the next one's was American monsters. So you have Mothman and the Chupacabra and the Jersey Devil, and I was super excited to have all the figures and paint them all up and just have them for, I don't know, various reasons. And they were different materials, they were different scale. I mean, scale wasn't probably super accurate with the other ones anyways, but like the Wolfman was smaller than Frankenstein, as it should be. But even the Chupacabra is about the size of the Wolfman, and they're all just a lot bigger and a totally different material. So that's something I want to try and keep with when I do my games, is that they're universal. They look the same across the board. That being said, I do have a few monsters. Blot coming up, which is more like Tetris-shaped pieces, so he's not going to have the base. The Zeds don't have a round base. They have a square base, but that's because they look like trick-or-treaters, and I needed to differentiate them from them. So I can be a little bit loose. So this one will most likely have a crescent-shaped groove carved out of it, and once that's done printing, maybe I'll hop on. More than likely, I'll just post a new photo on there and let you guys see it. But that being said, pretty excited to see how that turns out. Let's go see how long that's going to take to print. So I just started it as we were coming along here. So let's see. We've got 4 hours and 26 minutes. So about 6:40 tonight, I can come back down and check that and see whether or not it's going to be working for us. Which, again, I suspect that it will, and I think that's the way we'll go. The only thing is with it being moved back, I'm a little bit worried it's going to be tippy, and then maybe we just readjust, give it one more shot. But, gents, nice for you to drop in. Hello. So yeah, we're gonna see. But that's some of the updates I've had. So with Geist, again, Plunder, if you want a free print and play of that, contact me or Phil. You can find Phil's information on the group. He's a moderator for this, so you should be able to look him up that way. And he would be more than happy to send you a print and play of Plunder to try out, because we want as many hands on that game as we can to get good feedback as well. Let's see. So that's All Hallows Eve. I can talk about this too. So Thursday night, right before we got the a couple of the live streams. So if you tune in either of those, we were playing with some new folks, Josh South and Tyler. It's Taylor or Tyler? Sorry, bud, if I got it wrong, tell me. Feel free to correct me. But that day we got the neoprene mat for Skirmish, as opposed to the quadfold, which I'm not going to dig out. I've showed a quadfold in the previous videos. Problem being, they didn't do a good job. I was super excited when I got it out. I like these neoprene mats for camping or traveling. You're at a pub and you spill some beer on it. It doesn't matter. They can wash off. They can do whatever. They stick to a table. I like neoprene mats. They're very, very nice. I mean, gamers use them for various things for a multitude of reasons, but I'm disappointed with the quality of this one. I'll post a link into who made it if I remember a little bit later, because if I gave them the measurements that they were requesting in the right size and they came back with this, I don't want anybody else spending their money on it. So you can see I've given the measurements enough to have some bleed on there, and it was still cut off the edges. I don't mind the edges being rounded, and I don't necessarily need the full square, but even on here, you can kind of tell this is okay. There's maybe a 1/4 of an inch. This is almost an entire 1/2 an inch off on the edge, and it was centered. It was the right size. So for me, that's poor quality control on their end, and certainly nothing I would ship out to any of you guys. That said, if it's something that I do, it would probably be a side product to buy, and I would just make sure there's like a 1/2 an inch of bleed of black on the edge, and just get the size bigger, so even if the black edge is a little bit wonky on the sides, the mat itself, the playing field, won't be cut off or askew. But, you know, even when it comes to boxing these things, packaging these things, they're nice for travel and kits, but you fold them up inside of the boxes that we'll have. You start getting those fold lines, you start getting bends, and I don't love that either, and I don't want to necessarily make a bigger box just to accommodate something that is currently not even working. I was pleasantly surprised with the quad folds quality for what it was, because I mean, truthfully, I just wanted to see if the quad fold would work in general, so I didn't pick like their top tier options. And even their just most basic board was far surpassed what I thought it was going to be. And that, I will also link them. That might just be like playing mats or playing boards. I don't necessarily remember. Oh, here we go. Board Game Maker is where I got the quad fold, and that was really good. Your Playmat was where I got the poor quality neoprene one. So avoid them, I would say, with my personal thing. I would have, had this been something I had intended to, you know, I don't know, play Magic on, or it was my only option, I'd be pretty disappointed. And I don't usually like to do that. I'm that guy who, I order a steak and they give me a hamburger and I go, oh cool, this is what I wanted. But when it comes to this, it's not okay. Although Inked, where I got my big game mat, you're gonna see that, like, this big game mat here, they did a great job. The quality's awesome. As long as you follow their instructions, it comes out nice and crisp. I love it. I could have maybe sprung for the, like, boarded edges on it, but I don't know, not necessary. So if you're looking to get a playmat made for whatever it is, go to Inked Mats rather than yourplaymat.com. So any rate, I think that's most of it. There's not a lot of updates with Skirmish, because we are kind of in the end game for that. I'm going to be working on the back sticker, where it's the information of the game, all the safety hazards, age rating, all that. It takes a little while to get that, and before I do, I want to get some decent game shots, a little more artistic photos to keep on the back. And then I'm going to also start working on the rule book, which is not my forte, but I'm going to give her another shot, and we're going to see how that goes. Yeah, either way, I'm excited. I think it's close. It's getting there. I know one day I said I was going to talk a little bit about Capture the Flag. I don't think I'm quite there yet. We can do another video another time on that. Pretty early. Played it with Justy Frickman a couple days ago, just like a half game. Some of the pacing, maybe you might need to say, like, you can play anywhere, but keep it in like a 2x2 square something. It's very much a my first war game sort of thing, so it's meant to be quick and gritty. And like I mentioned the last couple of times, I'm working on it and developing with the kids at school, and then some of the after school programs I'll run every once in a while. I have them help, so it's really a kid-driven game, which is, to me, super fun. Like, who knows better how to play Capture the Flag or playground games than kids? So that's another one that's on the burner. That and Plunder will probably come out right around the same time. I still need to do art for the Necromancer and the Barbarian. I keep forgetting about that. Maybe that's a later project, although I tore up my hands using a Warhammer to pick ice today, so I might be out of my hands for a little while for art. But do that. So just, yeah, I think Skirmish is tested to the point it can be, and it's just all the packaging now. Packaging and rule books, finalizing the art assets and stuff for that. Graveyard Smash is coming along nice. We're going to probably do another, I don't know if it'd be a world event, but we're going to be using the mat again. So if anybody is interested in buying one of the houses and helping sponsor us in that way and getting your name called out whenever something happens by that house, remember that is forever. There's 10 houses left, So they're 2/3 of the way gone, just over, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, so if you want one, you're on there forever once we get it. So scoop it up while you can. But we'll be doing another one of those to make sure that the folks who helped pitch in for that can get their names called out again, and it's just fun. And we're going to have to test out the new Geist model because that's also cool. So, let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, nothing huge this week. It's spring break for me. So we're going to be busy for a bit of it, but I'm hoping to get some work done. Maybe. I don't know. It's vacation. But I got to get stuff done while I get the chance. So I'll keep you posted if anything else new is comes up. So I guess without further ado, I will wish you all a pleasant weekend. And I hope to see you all soon with some fun new updates. Keep posted probably around 7-ish tonight, and I will try to remember to post the picture of the newly printed Geist with that crescent slot as well, and see what everyone thinks. So, have a pleasant Saturday and a great weekend, and I will chat with you. Oh, Colleen, just coming in right at the end. Hello, Colleen. I miss you dearly. So, you're just coming in at the end. I said goodbye to everybody. But, yes, have a pleasant Saturday, and I will see you all. Oh, it's on my phone, not on my computer. Dummy. And I will see you all soon.